All right, Slovakia, yeah, cut off. All right, so yeah, as I was saying that these are the ways how they imprint on people's minds. Now, B says a stamp, form, or figure resulting from physical contact. C says an imprint of the teeth and adjacent proportions of the jaw for used in dentistry. But I'm gonna actually get on the word imprint shortly, right? It says often indistinct or imprecise notion or remembrance, right? It says a telling image impressed on the senses or the mind, right? To effect or of an effect of alteration or improvement, right? A characteristics, trait, or feature resulting from some influence. All right. And that's why I have the word impress. When someone impresses you, it means that they're lodged within your mind. You actually take note of them, right? Now 6 says especially an instance in which specific elements such as an advertisement is displayed on a web page accessed to a user. So they use these ads, these advertisements to leave imprints or leave an impression on the mind, right? That's why they paint a picture to you, or to people to say, look, this is attractive, right? Now I'm going to actually go and click on the word imprint right here. And once again, we have this ad, right? It says mark to subject to or induce. All right. An indelible distinguishing effect or influence, right? Indelible, what's that? It says that cannot be removed, washed away, or erased. And that's the thing, it reminds me of the scripture where it says that they were seared in the mind. All right. It says markings that cannot be removed, easily removed. And it also reminds me of the charagma, right? But the charagma is going to be a physical mark. But when these people take heed to the beast system, that's them actually worshiping the image of the beast. It cannot be removed from their mind, and they actually go after what they see. All right. Right. So let me go back to my recents. So that's it right there. Culture, medium, transmission, transmit, imprint. The next word would have been a channel. All right. So let's see what a channel is. Right. It says a bed where a natural stream of water runs. Right. And pretty much what it is, the bed. Notice that says the bed. Right. Meaning what the stream, the path. Right. It says the deeper part of right here. All right, the deeper part of a river, harbor, or strait, right? And then when you come down here, means of communication or expressions. A path along which information such as data, music in form of an electrical signal passes, right? A fixed or official course of communication, a way, course, or direction of thought or action. All right, and that is why we have YouTube channels, right? And these channels, what do they channel? Frequency, or they challenge program, which will give you a repeated behavior or a particular pattern, which when you do it enough, you're tuned into that frequency, right? Usually tubular enclosed passage, right? This is a passage created in a selective, hold on, that's right here, conduit. Let's just check on conduit. It says a natural or artificial channel through which something such as fluid is conveyed, right? It says a means of transmitting or distributing. And as you can see right there, fountain, which when you look on even the word influence, it tells you one of the things is pretty much being moved, the river, or the waters above, meaning, in the heavens, actually coming down to the influence of men, which is pretty much ultimately the Most High, because all influences, comes from the heavens, right? And in the heavens there's also a stream, right, if you can receive it. And that is why they also use their astrologers, and the zodiacs and all type of you know madness, as it pertains to the idolatry, right? um that was it on channel. And let's look on the word program, right? It says program, and I'll just get directly to the point, right? It says a sequence of coded instructions that can be inserted into a mechanism such as a computer. So what they do is, there's the programs are these spells, as they tell you that in Dr. Train, that the modern name for spells are programs. They imprint this upon your mind. The instructions are the code that they put on your mind, and they insert it in your mind through these channels or through these platforms, right? Also a process, trait, or behavior determined by, or as if by, the genetic material of an organism, right? One point, if you should actually look in the etymology, oh, here it is, not even in etymology, but it's right here. It says an insert of a program or particular action work to work out a sequence of operations to be performed by mechanism as such as a computer. And down here says forces to predetermine the thinking, behavior, or operations of as if by computer programming, right? And as you hear the example, children are programmed into violence. People are programmed into idolatry. People are programmed into witchcraft. That is them being caught up or being charmed by those spells. All right. And I'm just going to make one final check on the word platform. I wanted to actually look on this. Right. B says the device or structure incorporated or provided a platform. 2 says a declaration of principles on which a group of persons stand, right? 3, a means or opportunity to communicate ideas or inform or information to a group of people. So pretty much it's pretty much like a channel, all right, or a channel or a medium. All right, now let's get some scriptures, and let's see what the scripture says, right? Now this is Isaiah 47 verse 9. It's a prophecy going into America and ultimately the elites, it says, but these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments, right? For thou hast trust in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none save me. Exactly, because they do a lot of these things in secret, right? Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Because pretty much they think that they getting channeling power from the left hand side would be their their way of breaking free from the Most High, right? It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Even when you check on the world, the new world order, it's always been rooted in these ancient Babylonian customs and practices, which is pretty much witchcraft in its purest sense, and even all the way back from the garden, and that is what it's up to, even up to now, right? It says, if thou shalt be able to profit if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Exactly. Because the reason why they study the heavens, because ultimately that's where all influences come from, right? It says, behold, they shall be subtle, the fire shall burn, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. And that's the thing, because these heathen as well are being partakers. But as the brother was getting into, Esau, Edom is at the top of the food chain as it becomes, as it pertains to these the witchcraft and sorcery of today. That he got from the Asian civilization, because this is the serpent returning. All right. Now Shalakia, this is I had one more thing yet. Let me just double check one thing. Right, I think it's in one of these definitions. Let me just verify. It says influence, the emanation of spirit or moral force, right? Let me see. Okay, I don't think it's within this. I know I read in one of the definitions, something about it coming from the heavens. And even yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Once more, give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.